Hey guys, Brian here with Thumper Fab. Today I'm going to walk you through installing our new roof rack on your U10 XL Pro. For the first step in our roof rack assembly, we're going to place our tie-down accent rails onto our main rails in this rearmost position. You can see these accent rails are slotted. However, if you line up the back hole with your back slot, it'll show you where to position the rail. We'll do the same on both sides before placing our main tie-down rail in between, which will then allow us to put some bolts in it and start assembling the rack. We'll use our 1/4-inch button head hardware, and we'll just keep everything loose for now until we get the rack on the unit. We'll tighten everything up. Once we have our first tie-down rail in place, we'll continue the process as we move towards the front before we mount our front brow. Just a reminder, you want to keep all your hardware loose until we get everything started and mount it on the unit. With all our tie-down rails and our accent rails loosely fastened, the rack mostly together, we're going to move on to mounting the front brow to our driver and passenger side rails before moving on to prepping the vehicle for mounting. For the next step, we're going to install our front brow onto the driver and passenger side rails. We'll use our same 1/4-inch button head hardware, slide it through the brow and the side rail before capping it off with our nylon lock nut on the inside. Just as the tie-down rails, you want to keep everything loose for now until you have it mounted on the vehicle and get everything tightened up. For the next step of prepping our roof rack, we're going to go ahead and install our light mount brackets. These brackets are for our 40-inch light bar. We'll use our 2 1/4-inch button head screws, install them behind the front panel. Simply slide the bolts through the holes in the front brow as well as the light bar bracket before capping it off with our lock nut on the back side. With our light bar brackets securely mounted to our front brow, we'll move on with mounting the light bar to those brackets. We'll use our big socket cap screw that's provided in the light bar box. You'll simply place it into position and thread it into the end of the light bar. Note the angle of the light bar when you tighten it up, as that'll determine the direction of your light. With our rack roughly assembled, for the next step we're going to move on to installing our front mount brackets. These will be marked with either a D or a P to designate driver or passenger side. What we'll have to do is remove the outermost bolt that fastens our roll cage together here on the A-pillar, as well as back out the innermost bolt. You'll slide this slot over the innermost bolt before fully inserting the upper mount bracket and reinstalling a roll cage bolt. Once you have the bolt all the way through the bracket and through the roll cage, you can go ahead and tighten them down and move on to the passenger side.
Before we can mount our rear mount bracket to each vehicle, we'll have to remove the OEM bolt with fastenings staged together. So we'll simply push the roof up, use our 15mm socket. You want to catch the nut on the back side.
With your OEM fastener removed, you'll replace it with the bolt and nut provided in our hardware kit. You'll mount the rear brackets on the inside of the roof. You want to make sure that they sit flush up against the roof before snugging them down with a 15mm socket and 15mm wrench. Here we have our midbar mount that we'll use to fasten our roof rack to our main tube that connects to our B-pillar. This will be the middle mount for your roof rack on your CFMOTO. The first thing we'll do is we'll select the inserts that most adequately fit the diameter of our pipe, slide them into place before sliding them over our tube and fastening them down using the provided socket cap screws that come in the box. Here we have the center piece of plastic that hides your midbar up under the roof. We're going to have to trim it here to allow room for our clamps. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and mark it with a Sharpie where I plan on trimming it. Then we'll go ahead and get that trimmed, cleaned up, and reinstalled. Here we have our trim side. I went ahead and cut it and cleaned it up so there's no plastic burrs hanging out. We're going to get this reinstalled, finish up the wiring. Here we have our midbar clamp loosely fastened. You'll want to make sure and slide it all the way against this flat edge of your B-pillar. You'll also want to make sure your orientation has the hole facing the rear. Before you go drill any holes in the unit, It's always good to go ahead and measure against the roof rack before you drill any holes. We'll move on to the next step. With our front, rear, and center mounts tight onto the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and use them as templates to drill through the roof so that we can mount a roof rack to the vehicle. You'll want to start small with a 1/4-inch bit, stepping up gradually as needed. And then we'll use our bonded washers in between the roof rack and the top of the roof for a watertight seal when we go to bolt everything together. We have our midbar mount in position, located as far against the B-pillar as we can, also with the hole oriented back towards the rear of the vehicle. I've gone ahead and placed a spacer in between the top side of our midbar mount and the underside of the roof that'll help everything snug up once we get our rack installed. I'm going to drill through the midbar mount and the spacer to use the midbar mount as a template for a hole location on the roof. With our front and middle holes drilled, we'll move on to the rear. Similar to the front and the middle, we'll use our rear mount bracket as a template for us to locate where to drill the hole through the roof to mount our rack. With the rear mount bracket tight and in position, we'll use our drill and drill through the roof in preparation for mounting. With the help of some friends, we're going to place the roof rack on top of the vehicle. Here we have a breakdown of our hardware that we'll use to fasten the roof rack to the vehicle. You want to make sure and install a bonded washer in between the roof rack and the top of the roof to prevent any leaks. We'll simply slide it into position before setting the roof rack back down on top of it. We'll use a flat washer on our hex bolt, slide it over, and we'll slide this through the rack, through the roof, and into our bracket before moving on to the next mounts. With the roof rack up on top of the vehicle and our holes pre-drilled, I slid a piece of wood under the side rails to give me access to the fastener once I slide it through the main rail. This allows me to slide the bonded washer up onto the fastener so that when we set everything down on the roof, the bonded washer will simply slide up to the bottom of the main rail, providing a nice watertight seal and allowing us to come on the inside and install our lock nuts. Here we have our logo plate. We're going to install it onto our side rail using our 1/8-inch rivets and a rivet gun. You'll simply slide the rivets into the logo plate and slide the rivet into our rivet gun before inserting it into the 2 holes provided on the side rail. Once you have your rivet started, you can simply squeeze the trigger on your rivet gun and leave you with a nice, clean, finished look for your accent panel. With all our fasteners started that'll mount the roof rack to the vehicle, we can go ahead and begin tightening them all evenly. We're going to start with the center. We're going to use our 1/2-inch socket, our 1/2-inch wrench. We use the wrench up top, our 1/2-inch impact down below. Get them all snugged up. You'll want to make sure you crush the bonded washer for a watertight fit. Once you have all your vehicle mounting bolts tight, you can return and tighten up all your 1/4-inch hardware for a fully tightened roof rack before we move on to wiring. For our Thumper Fab Roof Rack wiring, what we did is we drilled a hole through the factory roof. We installed a grommet and used silicone to seal the hole where the wire comes through the plastic roof. For the next step, we drilled a hole through the roll cage so that we can route our wires down to our bus bar under our hood. We mount our switch and our switch access panel up onto the roof and tucked all the wires up in between the roof and the cubby provided inside. With the wires ran down our A-pillar on the driver's side, I'll show you the bus bar under the hood that we use to hook the power. With all your fasteners that mount the roof rack to the vehicle, as well as that assemble the roof rack, all tight, the last step for this stage of the installation is the wiring. If you decide not to go with the light option for this roof rack, you're ready to hit the trails and enjoy your new Thumper Fab roof rack. We have a hole drilled at the bottom of our A-pillar on the driver's side of the roll cage, which allowed us to route our wires up under the fender and into our engine compartment, or in this case, the hood. Here you can see the bus bar that we tied into. We have a red wire running to our hot terminal and our ground wire running to our ground. With your wires hooked to the bus bar, the last thing to do is fully install your switch up in the roof and you're ready to hit the trails. So here we have our switch ready to be installed into our roof. You can see here that we wire black, blue, and then white. So the black is on the top terminal, The blue is on the middle and the white is on the bottom. With your wires fully connected to the switch, the last thing to do is just pop it in the slot that you've selected for your switch, and then you're ready to go. With all your wiring completed and all your hardware tight, you're ready to hit the trails and enjoy your new Thumper Fab Roof Rack on your U10 XL Pro.